All right, let's continue with more news. In fact, going back to one of our top stories, the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Let's get the latest. We're joined by reporter Griselda Lewis. Griselda, good afternoon. In lieu of what transpired today, and obviously as we await court to resume tomorrow at 10 o'clock, walk us through what transpired. We know there was some damning evidence and breaking news emerging as well.
Well, that's right, Liesl. Some breaking news over the past half an hour to an hour now. So through lead investigator Brigadier Bongani Gininda's affidavit, which is signed November 2020, it states that accused number one, Muzi Sibiya, implicated Kelly Khumalo as being the person who ordered the killing of soccer star Senzo Meyiwa. The High Court in Pretoria has just heard that. Now, a second accused also, accused number two, Ntanzi, is also, according to that affidavit, implicated Kelly Khumalo as the mastermind of Meyiwa's murder, ordered and paid for the killing. According to that affidavit, it also reveals that Khumalo went for a cleansing after the incident. Like the accused, it also states that there were cell phone linkages between Kelly Khumalo's cell phone and the cell phones of accused number 3 and 5. In that affidavit, we hear Brigadier Gininda say there's no reasonable explanation why she would be in contact with her boyfriend's killer. That's what the inference he drew. And it is clear that she hated him. She meant killing him. Also, a photo of money which was found on accused number 3, Mtobisi Carlos Mnube's phone, was also found on Kelly Khumalo's phone. Of course, now all of this is according to the statement from Gininda. Now, the state initially objected to that part of this statement being read. Advocate George Paloi argued that the information was irrelevant, basically saying that they maintain that that information is irrelevant, and as far as this trial within a trial is concerned, he said basically it would be unfair for the individuals to hear their names in court without being warned prior. So also saying there was simply no gain for this information to be disclosed, but the judge allowing that. And this is where the startling information subsequently came through, where we hear that the then girlfriend of Senzo Meyiwa had allegedly, according of course to this affidavit of Brigadier Gininda's, who you would remember is the lead investigator in this case, in which it states that accused number 1 and accused number 2 basically finger Kelly Khumalo as the mastermind, or as someone who ordered, or the person who ordered the hit on her boyfriend. Now, you would recall, of course, on the aspects that we've heard already inside this court, there were aspects relating to SMSs that were on the phone of her sister, Zandi Khumalo. And in those SMSs, Kelly Khumalo is basically very seemingly disgruntled, not happy with the relationship with Senzo Meyiwa, regretting having been in the relationship with Senzo Meyiwa. So part of what we see in this statement from Brigadier Bongani Gininda is that he says there, one cannot basically understand why she would be in contact with her boyfriend's killers. And these cell phone linkages, which we've heard about before, are now coming up again, in that according to this affidavit, there are cell phone linkages between accused number 3 and accused number 5. Hence, Gininda's questioning why there would have been, this relationship or links between the two via, of course, these cell phones. But certainly damning revelations inside this court here today. Brigadier Gininda, of course, being the lead investigator in this particular matter. This is certainly something that is going to raise eyebrows and is likely to be brought up once again in cross-examination. In fact, this is one of the aspects that was touched on towards the end of proceedings today, in that questions would be asked about why then there was not a warrant of arrest that was effected for the late soccer star's girlfriend at that particular time. So essentially what has come out of this particular session today is that Kelly Khumalo has been implicated by 2 of the accused number 1 and 2, as being the mastermind or had ordered or given the instruction for the killing of Senzo Meyiwa.
Griselda, just whilst we have you, questions about then why she wasn't arrested coming to the fore. So what impact does this damning revelation have on the case? Is Kelly also likely to take the stand at some point then?
Now this is very tricky, Liesl, because the last we heard from the state was that they did not plan to call Kelly Khumalo to the stand. This is what we heard last year when we were inside this court. Whether that is going to change, we don't know. But what the defense had already indicated, Liesl, was that if that does not happen, they said they plan to bring an application to have Kelly Khumalo brought before this court, because you must remember, including Senzo Meyiwa's family, they maintain that the people who were inside the house at the time that Senzo Meyiwa was killed should be the ones that should come before this court and say what has happened. So with these damning revelations now, we certainly don't know, but it's certainly something that we expect to be touched on quite extensively tomorrow as cross-examination of the lead investigator, Brigadier Bongani Gininda, continues.
Thank you for that update. Just outside the High Court in Pretoria, of course, bring us the latest, some damning information emerging from the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial that is happening there. We know it continues tomorrow at 10 o'clock, but according to the lead investigator's affidavit, Kelly Khumalo had ordered the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. Here on the SABC, we will continue to monitor developments from here on to as it unfolds.